Hi, I'm Nina. Welcome to Nina in the Kitchen, where today we're making soup. It's finally soup season and we love soups. So I hope to have a whole playlist of my favorites. The soup I'm making today is really called Caldo Verde. It's a Portuguese soup, but what I've heard of it called in the United States is kale soup. It's a Caldo Verde translates to green soup. My father-in-law showed me how to make this. Harry, I love you. I hope you see this. So, okay, let's get started. This is the mise en place. We have bacon. You can use pork shank. You can use just some fatty piece of bacon or some fatty piece of pork. I have onion. This is a Portuguese sausage, a smoked sausage called chorizo. You can use a linguiça, you can use an andouille sausage, kielbasa. A Spanish chorizo would be a really good substitute. So whatever you can get, you just want a good quality smoked sausage. I have some red beans here. I have potato, and I like carrot. It gives a little sweetness, so that will go in. And then I'm using, and this is Harry's spin on this soup. These are yellow split peas, which you can find easily in any supermarket. The yellow split peas are a little milder in flavor than the greens, and they are, of course, like the greens, they're great fiber, amino acids, proteins, so it's a nice product. And then the star of the show is kale. You can use collard greens in this, which is delicious. So either kale or collards, whatever floats your boat. What you do is you hold the stem and you pull against the stem, and that's how you remove the greens. And then the greens can be chopped or torn. So here's how we're going to start this. Bacon. Not a bad way to start a recipe. And while that's rendering, I'm going to get my little motorboat here. And I cooked these yellow peas. This was about a half of a package, about 6 ounces. So I cooked those until they're nice and soft, and now I'm just going to whip them up. You know, it's amazing. You don't really even taste these peas. They are very mild flavored, but they add a creaminess to the soup, so it gives it more body than it would have otherwise. Bacon has gotten crispy. It's rendered all of its fat. So I'm leaving all but about 2 tablespoons, or I've removed, I should say, about 2 tablespoons of fat is left behind. And there's no reason to use this bacon again. You can sprinkle it on top of the soup, you can get rid of it, but then we can't be friends because it's bacon. So I'm going to add the onion. And that can just cook in here. I'm going to add the carrot and some of the potato. It'll pick up some of the flavor of that bacon fat. We can put a little salt in now. Not too much because bacon is salty. And then we just have to wait for these onions to cook and become a little translucent. We're going to sweat these vegetables, not brown them. So that means they go on medium-low heat. And that'll take about 5 minutes. This has been covered and the vegetables are looking good. That's just where I want them. You can see they're on their way to cooked. And now I'm just going to get some water. I have 8 cups of water. I'm going to add the split peas. the chorizo, or chorico, I guess is how they say it in Portugal, but I'm probably butchering the word, sorry. The beans, which were canned beans, by the way, so that makes it pretty simple. And potatoes, the rest of the potatoes, because if you remember, I just put half of them in first go around. And you know what, this is actually, the 8 cups of water that I put in is actually looking pretty good now. So I'm going to wait just a few minutes. When this comes to a boil, that's when I'll put the greens in. And until then, we'll just park it over there, let it do its thing, and take a break. So this has come to boilage. And you can see there's foam on this. I just wanted to quickly show you. All that you need to do is just move a spoon, or I like using this screen, it works great. It's a fine mesh screen, just move that around the pot. I have another quart of water standing by because I don't know how this will go, but just by handsful, you just add, this is 1 pound of kale, and just add that to your soup. If you've ever made escarole soup, which is another soup I'd like to get to, it's, this soup is sort of like that. It's a soup that if people don't feel well, you make a kale soup, and like a chicken soup or an escarole soup. And it is very satisfying. It's very comforting, and it just does make you feel better. So, you know, this is looking pretty good. It's more like a stew, you know, it's a stew. I like a thick soup. So, but I think I will add just a little more water. This is hot water now. That looks good. That was 2 cups. So altogether, let me see, altogether I have 10 cups in here. So the lid goes back on, and we'll be in business in about, I'll look at this in half an hour, see how it looks. So this is the kale soup, or Caldo Verde. It's been a half hour where it's been simmering away. And at the very end, I've started putting a little white vinegar because that flavor goes so well with kale. That was only about a tablespoon or so. Let me just taste this for you. Ooh, hot. It smells so good. I hope you tried this soup because it's so healthy. You know, it's a lot of veggies, beans, greens, and it's so delicious. A little too hot to eat, but oh, that's really good. So as you're waiting for the soup to cook, that took 30 minutes. I tasted along the way, make sure the salt is right, correct the seasoning to suit your taste, get a nice piece of crusty bread, and this is such a great lunch/dinner, a snack. Come home from school, what a healthy way to snack for your kids. So anyway, I hope you try this recipe. If you do, let me know. If you have any requests, let me know. Just comment below. And thanks, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.